Welcome to this horror special of TRS Clips. Subscribe and enjoy this video. There was a movie that came out called Hereditary, in which they pray to a demon called Paimon. And Paimon is an actual demon where within the movie they've shown chants for Paimon and all that. Is it wrong for me to say the name?
No, not really.
Nothing like that.
Nothing.
Okay. There are actual Paimon chants within the movie. And we had someone else on the show who had mentioned that, listen, I can't believe that there's a movie like this that's made where so much darkness is infused in the movie. These are actual demonic chants which are put inside the movie, and then people all over the world are watching this, and this has become a cult movie. It's one of the scariest movies I've seen in my life, honestly. Is the demon that I named, is it one of Lucifer's key demons? Is it one of the leader demons?
Might be. Might be.
Okay. Are there these core demons which are like a sort of demonic core team in the world of demonology?
They can be.
Okay.
They can be. Because there are some demons. As I said, I don't want to put a hierarchy to them. But there are some demons who are more effective than the others. There are some demons who may cause an illusion. They may cause a hallucination. They may cause, a sense of pride in you. Right? So these demons are more dangerous. There's a body. There's a soul that powers you up. The body is the hardware and the soul is the software. It's just a power that's powering you up. A battery in a phone will work differently than a battery in a toy, right? But then after there's a programming, that's a spirit. There's a programming that tells the power what to do along with the hardware. So there's a body, there's a soul, and there's a spirit, right? Body level demons are different, right? A body has fluids, it has soft tissue, it has flesh and all the organs, and it also has something known as the bones, right? The fluids are easily, transferable, right? You donate your blood, it will regenerate again. You cry every day again, right? You pee every day, you sweat every day, and it's still regenerated. So fluid level diseases or demons are easy to dispel, easy. Then after the flesh level demons, if you have a gash in your skin, that takes more time to heal. So those level of demons, like if you have cancer, those level of demons are slightly more superior than just the fluid levels, right? Okay. Demons, again, as I say, are only diseases. You don't want them. And bones are the most permanent part of the body. So you bury the bones for thousands of years, they will turn into fossil, but they'll still be there. So bone level demons and injuries and diseases are more that difficult to heal. That's the reason fractures take that much more time. Okay. So we come to the soul level. In the soul level also, there is something known as an energy, that's your core. Then after there's an aura, which is surplus of your energy. So your aura can disappear in a twinkling. If you see your khadus boss walking in, or if a manipulative person walking in, you lose your aura. But if you see another person, you might get angry or you might get something. So your aura is manipulated very easily. It can regenerate also very easily. But the energy that you have takes time to build up. Like what we call in Ayurveda, Dincharya, right? The Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So those take time. Those levels, the chakras take time to heal. You can balance them, but through a process. It is not just done by medicine, but it is done by diet and proper care. Okay. Right? And then afterwards, there is something known in the soul known as consciousness. So consciousness can be taken away, and that takes more time to regain. Like if you're in a coma, it will take you that much time more to get back, and you don't know exactly what. Right, you might go into a death-like situation, near-death situation, and where even the doctors will pronounce you medically dead, but then you can come back from that as well. So that the consciousness always survives. So that is the most permanent part of the soul. So it starts with the aura, then goes to the energy, then goes to the consciousness. So the last part of the person is the spirit, which is the most permanent part of a person. So even in the spirit also, it's the motivation which can come and go in a twinkling. And the motivation is based upon the second part of the spirit, which is the conscience, right? The conscience will determine whether you are motivated to do good or bad. If you have got a dead conscience, then you will be a criminal. If you're a person who is conscientious in life, then you will always take the right decisions, or you will at least fear to take the bad decisions. And then after, the most permanent part of the spirit is a memory. The memory of a person will never go. I'm not talking about DNA memory that can be manipulated by amnesia or dementia, but this is the DNA memory that transcends generations and lives. So that's the reason a past life regression always works, because that is the memory that is retrieved, right? So these demons, when we say the demons that work upon the memory of a person, right, makes that person's conscience dead, and then afterwards will work upon the motivation, and that spirit will govern what the soul does along with the body. So those demons are more potent, they are more powerful. So I wouldn't like to put a hierarchy, but they are programmed to do that. So you fear those demons more than these. Like there are criminals, they don't think they've done anything wrong. And they don't know they're possessed. But the person in society, any sane person in society knows, okay, fine, this is wrong and this is right. According to him, this is right. And that's the evil is there parallelly running along with the good.
Okay.
So those levels of demons, I would say, are more potent to manipulate anybody. And if they take over, like for example, these chants and all that you're talking about in the film, if you're chanting them, if I'm getting afflicted and if that's motivating me to do something wrong or bad, then after that is potent. But if I just listen to any chant and that doesn't affect me, like people listening to prayers and bhajans every day and it doesn't affect them from doing anything wrong. If a bhajan cannot change a person to do something good, how can a chant motivate a person to do something wrong? Unless it is inborn in him.
You need to be able to take it in also and live with it, practice it. Then maybe it changes something on your subconscious level.
Exactly. So it's like, you might call an alcoholic a bad person and you may call a person who is a teetotaler a good person. But you might find a teetotaler also indulging in crime, and you might find a drunkard also doing charity. So it's not exactly what you intake. It's exactly how you act upon it.
Jeffrey Dahmer and these guys who went to jail after going about the serial killings. Claim that they were motivated by a demon which was telling them to commit murder.
That's so easy, no? So convenient. Like how Adam said, I didn't do it. The girl that you sent, my companion, she made me do this. And even the wife also, Eve, also says the same thing. Not me. There's a serpent over there. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. So it's very easy to blame it on the devil. But it is you who did it. So you have to bear the consequences.
But do you think there are demons that could influence people to go about serial killings?
There will be. There are.
There are?
Yeah, there are.
What do they tell those people?
That's what they manipulate the mind. They kill the conscience and they say that this is right. There's so much of wrong going on in life and good is of no good. God is not there. And if God is there, then he is either powerless or merciless. Because if he was powerful, then he wouldn't let all these things happen. And if he was merciful, then he would pay heed to everything, all the wrong that is happening. But they don't understand the entire mechanism of God because they think of God as a sky daddy who is watching over everybody. It's not like that. So what the demons of those level do is, or the Satan for that matter says is, God is not good enough. You have to take things in your own hand and you have to kill all the bad or the poor or whoever is you think is wrong. So yes.
Okay. Have you visually seen an entity yourself?
Yes, I have.
And interacted with it?
Yeah.
What's the energy exchange like in that conversation?
It's just telepathically, because a person or ghost who doesn't have a physical body will not have ears, will not have vision. So it cannot see me. It cannot hear me. So me speaking verbally or orally out in a loud voice will actually not help. It's just the vibrations of my voice. So if I can replicate that in telepathy, then it's just another conversation.
As in you try thinking about what you want to project.
Telepathically projecting, yes.
How does one telepathically project? You just think your thoughts out loud.
There are different ways actually. Like for example, we know that data can be transferred via light, fiber optics, right? So there's enough of light over here. So there's so much of data that I can manipulate and I can actually send you. So that will be non-verbal communication. And when I'm actually verbally communicating, what I'm doing is I'm manipulating the medium air, causing a vibration, and the frequency is something that you're decoding. The same thing is going on in this mics and it's getting decoded over there, right? So in the same way, when I speak, the same vibrations are caught by every other surface that is there around over here. If at all we know how to decode that, right? Right now we are just decoding data in binaries technically, but otherwise the universe will be working in more than binaries. So that's how even psychometry works when we touch these objects. So even telepathically, you use different mediums like air or light or anything for that matter, or even water, even fire, anything. So when you project it telepathically, it then happens. You need to...
Okay. Do these ghosts not know that they're ghosts?
They don't.
They think they're normal humans.
Yes.
They are able to see you, or are you the ghost for them?
No, they see us as any other person, right? It's when I acknowledge or we acknowledge their presence, is that okay, fine, somebody is seeing me. Somebody is not ignoring me. And then afterwards they try to interact. Otherwise, they have no energy, right? They have nothing. Their metabolism is very different from our metabolism. When we want energy, what we do is we have our food, we have our meals, and that's how we interact. We become strong. If I fast for 10 days, and on the 11th day somebody says, you know what, let's chill in a pub, I would say rather, no, I can't dance right now. I'm feeling very weak. I wouldn't be that energetic. So it needs meals for a person to get energy. But these people are just invisible entities. So how do they gather their energy? So there is a EMF, there are other things that they light or probably whatever like that. They feed off other entities. And then afterwards probably plants or something like that. And then they get their energy. So they will only spend their energy towards on a person who actually will recognize them. Otherwise, why would they want to spend it? So there's this whole idea of entities always wanting to latch on to other people or wanting to interact or scare them is actually wrong, because they wouldn't want to.
Okay.
But they don't know. But they don't know whether they're dead or not. They don't know that.
This is one thing I've learned from Sarvabai and Pooja. You have to first sometimes convince the entity that it's dead and tell it to go. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it is. But there are some entities who wouldn't want to go. They know that they're ghosts, but they still have some desires left in life that they don't want to cross over.
Like what?
Probably they want to know exactly the state of their parents or the people who are living, the kin who are there left behind. Probably the orphan child right now. They want to know about that. Sometimes they are attached to their property. What are my assets going to do right now? Where's my gold hidden? What is going to happen of that? Sometimes if at all they have died an unnatural death, they want revenge. So they will search for that person, but without having any eyes, without having any ears, without having any feet or something like that. How do they find that person? So they aren't. So they're just wandering around and they don't want to cross over because they are attached to their desires here.
But they have the option to cross over.
They do.
And they just don't want to, in the same way that, as a human, sometimes you're just attached to something. You don't want to leave your house. Something like that.
Yeah, you do want to. But then after sometimes, these entities are coexisting along with us. The invisible entities are also coexisting with us. It's like any other ant, any other rodent, any other insect, right? As long as they're coexisting, there is no problem. After they become a pest is when we have to, do pest control. So that's exactly what even with these entities. They're living around, they're all there, everywhere. And as long as they're not disturbing anyone, we don't disturb them. So even when we go to a haunted location, we ask them whether they need that help. If they need that help, we're always there to provide the light.
If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe to TRS Clips and check out this horror playlist for even more videos.